Hello everyone and welcome to our first prediction video of the year. Yes, I'm back with Callum and Sab for our predictions for the WWE Royal Rumble 2026. Woo!
I'm here to rumble. I'm here to rumble. Get ready for thunder, 'cause I'm here to rumble. I'm here
I'm
to
back with the boys. The Royal Rumble is taking place this weekend, and for the first time ever in WWE history, it is taking place outside of North America. Yes, we are going to Saudi Arabia. They've built a custom-made stadium just for this show in like a month. And yeah, lads, yeah, Royal Rumble always is a big hype around it, but I don't know. I feel like the build and hype for this year has not been quite as big as previous years. Maybe is that because it's in Saudi, or it's just because the build's not been quite as good? How do you lads feel heading into this weekend?
The Rumble's one of my favorite pay-per-views, and it always has been. So I'm not really sure I feel the same way. I don't think there really is necessarily like a hype for the Rumble. Like the Rumble speaks for itself, I think, in the hype that it gives with the match type and stuff, and how it starts the road to WrestleMania and all those sorts of things. And if anything, us here in the UK are kind of happy that it's in Saudi Arabia because it means that it starts at what, maybe like 5 or 6 p.m. as opposed to midnight. So for us, it's a good thing. Well, to a certain extent. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love the Rumble, so I'm all there.
Sab?
Yeah, weird. I mean, I sort of agree with both of you there. Like, I'm always hyped for the Rumble. It's probably my favorite show of the year, just because obviously what it is, and it kickstarts the road to WrestleMania, like Callum said. And it doesn't need a huge amount of hype up because it's obviously start of the year, so everyone's ready for it. But at the same time, I do feel like the hype has been a little bit lukewarm this year. It doesn't feel like other Rumbles, like last year's or the years before. That zip and that energy isn't quite there. And I think that's something because WWE haven't done a great job of hyping up. I also think the Saudi Arabia is a contentious issue for a lot of fans, understandably. So I think that's everyone's a little bit because obviously it's WrestleMania is next year, isn't it, in Saudi Arabia? So this whole thing is a little bit of an issue for people. We know the reasons why. I don't think we're going to get into that, but yeah, I think that's probably why. But yeah, look, I think come when it starts, we'll all be amped
Yeah,
for it, and the
yeah,
timing is perfect as well.
yeah. Royal Rumble is one of my favourite shows of the year too. I just feel for some reason I don't feel quite as excited for this one, but I'm sure once it gets started and we hear the five, four, we'll all go crazy. And yeah, of course, the road to WrestleMania 42 begins. Jesus Christ. Like we were just WrestleMania 41 was yesterday. Right then, so let's get started. So we only have four matches. We've got both the Royal Rumble matches, of course, and two singles matches. So yeah. So first match then, let's go with quite a big one. Yes, we have AJ Styles versus Gunther in a career-threatening match. Yeah, if AJ Styles loses, he will be forced to retire from in-ring competition. And where did this one come from, lads? I mean, we've only just watched John Cena retire just over a month ago, but now potentially AJ Styles could be hanging the boots up. Of course, this came when Gunther and AJ had a obviously Gunther was bragging about retiring John Cena, and AJ was like, "How dare you?" And they had a match, which Gunther won, even though Gunther was tapping out at one point. But anyway, he won. But he wants a rematch with Gunther, and Gunther said, "If you want a rematch with me, sure, but your career's on the line now." So for here we are. And when this got announced, I was like, "Oh, AJ's not retiring. Come on, he's got another. He's got plenty of time left." But the more we get close to this match, the more I actually think this could be it for AJ Styles, because there's big things coming out saying he said last year to backstage he was going to retire at the Royal Rumble because then it would mark 10 full years since he made his debut in WWE in 2016 Royal Rumble. So yeah, I'll go with my prediction first, and lads, I think Gunther's going to win. And this will be this one will just hurt just as much as John Cena in my opinion, because AJ Styles is one of the all-time goats of wrestling, not just WWE. So yeah, I think Gunther's gonna win, but it'll be a boss match, lots of close falls, and then AJ will get a big thank you AJ at the end, but maybe he goes back to TNA. It's like he's retired from WWE, but he goes back to TNA and maybe New Japan. I don't know, but oh boy, Callum, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought again, saying that leading like a few weeks ago when it was first announced, like, nah, surely AJ's going to find a way to win. But he was also given a match against CM Punk last night on Raw, and that was one of those things that everyone was asking for before he retired to as a sort of dream match between them. And if you think about it, we've been watching his retirement tour without realizing it in a certain way because he's had that big match with Cena, the big and Cody and stuff last year. He's had the tag team run as well, in the latter part of last year as well. So and he did say I think that last year that 2026 would be his last year as well. But I think you're right, Adam. I think he has only just gone back to TNA, so he might even retire from WWE and then obviously go back to TNA for a bit, maybe win a world title there one more time before he sees out his career in a in another sort of house that he built as well, in TNA. But yeah, it looks like Gunther's going to be retiring another legend and is going to have another rub again in 2026. So yeah, Gunther is going to retire AJ Styles at least from the WWE.
Oh, I'm very emotional right now. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to see another goat retire. Sab.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, well, I don't know where this has come from, but like, this really has come out of the blue. But I think at the same time, this does sort of feel quite the right way to go in terms of timing. Like he's was it 10 years, like Callum said, since he's first started. So that full circle. I mean, look, he's had an amazing career, not just in WWE. So he's earned the right to end his career how he wants to. And if he wants to end it at the Royal Rumble, then he has every right to do that. I generally thought we'd see like him, like sort of John Cena, a whole year of AJ Styles. But look, if he's and I think yeah, like he also faced Nakamura, didn't he, at Saturday Night Event, which like that's like his dream match, and so that's quite cool that we got to see them wrestle one more time. And yeah, really sad. He's been a legend, but I think yeah, I would be shocked if he didn't go back to TNA for a little run because I think he might want to end his career there where he made his name. So yeah, Gunther, I think this is his thing now. He just retires people. So yeah, Gunther wins, and yeah, thank you AJ, I guess.
Blimey. Okay, all three of us going with Gunther to retire AJ Styles. Oh, blimey. What a sad start to the year. Okay, then. Yeah, and if Gunther wins, yeah, obviously thank you, AJ. Right then. Next up we have is a singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship. Yes, we have Drew McIntyre defending his belt, going up against Sami Zayn. So I'm sure we're all chuffed that when Drew won that 3 stages of hell match on Raw by escaping the cage, thanks to Jacob Fatu. But yeah, he's world champion again after a long 6 year wait, or 5.5 year wait, whatever. And yeah, his first PLE defense is going to be against Sami Zayn after Sami Zayn won that fatal 4 way at Saturday Night main event. Should be a fun match. I'm sure these two are going to bring it in front of. I'm sure Sammy's going to get a match. Obviously, from the Saudi fans are going to massively pop for him. Sab, you can start. Is Drew retaining here, or is Sammy going to pull off a big shock win in front of the Saudi fans?
I mean, it's this was a little it's quite difficult actually to call this. I think I know who I'm going to go for, but it's not as straightforward though, just because I think yeah, like the Saudi factor and how big Sami Zayn is, and again with Drew McIntyre, I think you never know what WWE are going to do with him. You always think that like he's won it, and then they just find another way to upset him or do something where he screws himself or something like that. But I'd like to think that those days are over because he has deserved a title reign. I'm really happy that he's finally champ. So I think it's going to be an amazing match. The crowd is going to be amazing, but I think he's only just won it, so it'd be crazy if they took it off him. So yeah, Drew McIntyre will win.
Okay, Callum.
Yeah, I mean, it would be big to see Sami Zayn. I think he deserves to win a world title at some point. But I don't think it's going to be now. I mean, he could even still be in the feud by the time we get to WrestleMania, between what's going on with Drew, Cody, and Jacob Fatu. But I think that's where they're kind of leading towards a triple threat, possibly at WrestleMania or whatever. So in order to get there, obviously Drew McIntyre has to retain. But again, it'll be a good match, and the crowd will be behind Sami. But again, Drew's only just won the title, so he does need to retain for the program with Cody and Jacob Fatu to continue. So Drew to retain.
Yep, fully in agreement with you, lads. Drew McIntyre is definitely retaining. Yeah, only won the belt a few weeks back, so it'd be crazy to have Drew's long overdue world title reign after 6 years end after just 3 weeks. So, nah, he's going to retain. I think Drew definitely holds it till hopefully at least WrestleMania. So yeah, should be a fantastic match. There'll be loads of close falls. There'll be very few close falls with Sami. Like you think he's won it with a haluva kick, but nah. At the end, maybe dirty, but Drew wins. Yeah, but maybe it's not the end for Sami. Maybe Sami comes back and maybe wins the Rumble. I don't know. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Anyway, okay. So yeah, all three of us going with Drew McIntyre to retain. Okay. Next up, then, we have, let's get to one of the Rumble matches. Yes, we have a 30-woman Royal Rumble match for the World Championship match at WrestleMania 42. So the poor women, obviously we know Saudi law, they can't show skin, so it's gonna be like 30 Power Rangers watching this match. You know, with what they've got to wear. I really feel bad for the women in this match because in Saudi heat as well. It's gonna be a very sweaty ring for sure. The poor women. Anyway, this one's I've not really paid that much attention to the women's world title stuff at the minute, so I don't really know what's been going on. So I don't really know who to pick. I would have a quick look at the lineup. But anyway, let's before we go, here's the lineup for the women: Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bailey, Lyra Valkyria, Asuka, Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Jesus Christ, Guyla, Maxine Dupree, and Becky Lynch. 17 out of 30 have been announced. Maybe a few NXT call-ups as well. Sab, I'll let you start. Which women is getting a world championship shot at WrestleMania?
Um, yeah, this is again quite hard to call, but I think yeah, you made a good point. Obviously, it's difficult with the laws and that they can't show skin. But I also think it's also cool that at least they're getting 30 women are going to get the opportunity to in a country that previously wouldn't allow them to. You know, whatever you think about that. But you know what? Really hard. I ummed and ahed before we started this, and I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan. I'm gonna go with Liv. I don't know. It's a little bit out of field. I really like Liv. I think she's had a great couple of years. I think this would just be a nice thing for her to get back in the title picture. I ummed and ahed between her and Bianca Belair, but I'm gonna stick with Liv Morgan. So there you go, Liv Morgan.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go next. Trying to think who can challenge Jade Cargill. Oh, okay. If she's back, this might be a shot in the dark. I'm going with Bianca Belair. If she's gonna come back, because she's injured, isn't she? But she might be back for the Rumble. So yeah, and I think her and Jade Cargill at WrestleMania could be a really good match. And it would so yeah, F it. I'm going with Bianca Belair to win the Women's Royal Rumble and challenge Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. Yeah, cool. Shot in the dark. She might not even be back for the Rumble, but yeah. Callum.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same as Sab. I thought it was between two, and the two is Bianca Belair or Liv Morgan. But Bianca's won it before. And obviously, I know that there's no rule against winning it twice. Lots of people have, but given the fact that there has only been well, how many has there been now? Nine, 8 or 9 women's rumbles. I think 2017 was the
Eight,
first one, wasn't it?
eight, I think.
And then obviously, and Charlotte's won twice, I think, hasn't she? And stuff like this. I mean, Liv Morgan's came runner-up in the last at least 2 rumbles that she's been in, I think. And what I think is going to happen is that Raquel beats Stephanie Vicaire at some point in the near future, and Liv Morgan winning the Rumble leads to a bit of a Judgment Day breakup sort of thing, and. That's what we get at WrestleMania because it looks like Raquel and Stephanie Vicaire are continuing their feud. So I think that might be a way to go with it potentially. I don't want Bianca to win again, which is the reason I'm not going to go with her. And I am going to go with Sab and I'm going to go with Liv Morgan because that was my pick coming in and I'm going to stick to it.
Okay, fair enough. Two for Liv Morgan and one for Bianca Belair. Okie dokie then.
But Tiffany Stratton is probably coming back. Not that I think that she could win,
Mm.
but she obviously does have the thing with Jade because she hasn't been seen since Jade squashed her, of course. So it could be a revenge type thing. Um,
Who are the favourites for the Women's Royal Rumble? I just
Adam,
thought, no,
what about Paige? Paige is probably going to be a surprise return, is she not? I think there's rumors online that Paige could be coming back. Not
I'll
that
stick
she'll
with
win, of course, but
the two favourites are Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair, so we'll
Of
take
course
that.
they are.
of course they are.
They're the two favourites, and Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, and Roxanne Perez are the others as well. Okay, I'll do that for the men's as well. My favourite for the men's.
I do think we'll get some because I feel like we've been surprise light in the last few years. Like not like some old, we used to get all sorts of old school or
Mm.
old favorites in the past, and we feel like we've not really had that in the recent few years. I feel like Saudi Arabia, they love like old.
Oh
They
yeah.
absolutely are obsessed with like wrestlers from the Attitude Era and this, that, and the other. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Undertaker shows up in either Royal Rumble. To be honest with you, they are obsessed with him. So.
Oh Jesus
Um,
Christ.
you we're going to get some old like wrestler like women wrestlers from this. So Paige might be one, but they're going to be some like Trish and Lita will probably be in it. You never know. So
AJ Lee, she'll definitely be back for the Rumble as
AJ,
well.
yeah, exactly, yeah. So
Okay, cool beans. Right then, on to the men's Royal Rumble. Woo, for a World Championship match at WrestleMania 42. So 14 out of the 30 have been announced. We have Cody Rhodes, Gunther. God, Gunther's going to be in the Rumble as well as facing AJ. Jesus. Jey Uso, Dragon Lee, Penta, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, Javon Evans, and Oba Femi. Woo! That's a stacked Royal Rumble. Jesus, and I think we can assume Brock Lesnar is going to be at that Rumble. He's not going to miss out on a Saudi paycheck, is he? Did I say Brock Lesnar? No, I didn't, did I? No. Okay. Right then. So I think there's a few men who can definitely win this one. Um, who started the last one, lads? Was it Sab or I think it was
I think I
Sab.
did, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Callum, who have you got? I'm just gonna.
You see, I was more surefire with the women's pick. I really don't know what I'm going to do with the men, to be honest. This is probably going to be who faces CM Punk because I don't think either Cody or Jacob Fatu are going to win the Rumble. But that'll probably be Drew's feud for WrestleMania. So this will be who will probably be fighting CM Punk.
Hmm.
Apparently, because I was thinking Finn Balor, but apparently from last night, there isn't space, even though there isn't even all the confirmed participants yet. So he's not even allowed in the Rumble, as far as I'm aware. Um, and then beyond that, who could possibly face CM Punk? I'm gonna go. I mean, I don't know because Roman Reigns could. He probably would have if Cody was still the champion. But I don't know. Is Roman? My pick that I came in thinking, and I'm gonna stick with because why not? Was Bron Breakker because he's just been reinstated back on Raw yesterday. He has unfinished business with CM Punk as well. I feel like it probably will be Punk and Breaker at WrestleMania. Potentially for Breaker to win it, and then Seth obviously comes back and then has the feud with Breaker after that because of obviously the history that they've got. So I think sooner rather than later, Breaker will be the world heavyweight champion and feud with Seth. And I feel like the easiest way to get in there is have a young up and coming star win the Rumble. So it might not be a long shot. It could be a favorite. I'm gonna go Bron Breaker.
Breaker. Okay. Yeah, he is. I've got the list of the favourites, and he's second. So fair enough. Sab, who have you got to win the Rumble?
Yeah, like Callum, I mean, this is even harder than the women's rumble because there's so many different threads, and there's that whole thing with Roman, who when he was, which title was he, who was he talking to, which champion was he talking to? The rumors for what the WrestleMania main event seems to be changing on a daily basis. One minute I'll read reading that it's Cody, Jacob Fatu, and Drew. The next day I'm reading that it's still going to be Roman and Cody part three. So it's really hard to think. But do you know what? I don't think I would want to see Roman win this. I don't think I would like to see that. And I'm going to go with my pick, which was going to be just Bron Breakker. I think, yeah, they hadn't the build up to their feud and the start of the year was bubbling up quite nicely, but I feel like it didn't go anywhere near where I think it could go. And a young, heart hungry Bron Breakker chasing CM Punk is going to be like a really good feud, I think, especially with Heyman and Seth Rollins lurking in the background potentially when he comes back. So yeah, I think there's a lot of intrigue in a feud like that. So yeah, I think Bron Breakker is going to win the Royal Rumble now that he's back as well.
Okay. Both of you going with Bron Breakker. I'm not gonna go with Bron Breakker for one reason, and that reason is Seth Rollins. Apparently, he is going to be back for the Rumble. He got spoiled on a sports interview, and I think he's going to eliminate Bron Breakker. And then we get Seth and Bron singles match, but because you betrayed me and all that in the vision, we'll get that at WrestleMania, and Seth probably puts Bron over, and then maybe later on in the year, Bron Breakker gets his World Championship match. So that puts Bron Breakker out of the equation. Sami Zayn is also a good shout because of he's here after his loss to Drew, he wins the Rumble. But I'm going with Roman Reigns. I think he's winning. It's Saudi. They want a big star to win the Rumble. They don't want someone a bit lower down the card. No, Braun Breaker's a future world champion or main event or all that, but it's Saudi. They love Roman Reigns, and they've probably paid an extra $10 million just so Roman Reigns wins. So I'm going to go with Roman Reigns, and I think he'll. But then, who does he challenge at WrestleMania?
That was my question. Who do you think if he wins, does
Oh
he
yeah,
take
I
on
don't. I
Punk?
don't want to see. I don't want to see him beat Drew, but I think something's going to happen in the build up. Maybe at WrestleMania. Maybe he challenges CM Punk. That has been teased. Roman and CM Punk. So okay, but I'm going to go with Roman Reigns. But yeah, Bron Breakker was a good shout as well. But I just think Seth will eliminate him. Right then, lads. So that is it for the Royal Rumble. Taking place this weekend. Obviously, like Callum said, nice and early because it's obviously Saudi time zones. We don't have to stay up till 1 o'clock, well, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Thank God. Um, Potential shocks for the Rumble. Neither of you have mentioned it.
Oh yeah.
Chris Jericho, I think, is looking dead set to make his return. It's been heavily rumored he's going to make his return. Oh, the crowd's going to go crazy. Break the walls. Ah!
And then by November, December, Gunther can retire him too.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! And then probably retire CM Punk as well. Oh, Gunther's coming for everyone. Um, any surprises for the Rumble before we finish for the men's Rumble, apart from Chris Jericho, of course.
um,
Well, Sab said the Undertaker, so maybe.
well, apparently Stone Cold's making a return to TV soon, potentially. So I've heard that rumor. Who knows? Maybe we'll get Stone Cold. Maybe we'll get The Rock. But,
Oh, The Rock.
to be fair, but I mean, again, probably not. We always think about him possibly coming back, and he doesn't. So,
that Saudi money.
well,
Apparently he's gonna get the biggest ever paycheck for a wrestler at WrestleMania 43. So
yeah, maybe that'll be Roman. Maybe he eliminates Roman from this match,
Ooh.
and
Damn it, Callum!
And,
Oh no!
and then you get the year and a half long build to WrestleMania 43.
What's that thing you see on Instagram? Let him cook, yo! Let him cook! Let him. Anyway,
So yeah, who knows?
okie dokie then. Well, thank you, lads. Let's hope the Royal Rumble is a really fun show this weekend. And a better winner than Jey Uso last year, which is very underwhelming.
I was all right.
Debatable. Anyway, so the what's coming up? Then we have the Elimination Chamber in February. So we're back for that. That's taking place in Chicago. So we're back in mid-February for our Elimination Chamber prediction video. So yes, thank you, Callum. Thank you, Sam. Pleasure as always. Woo! And let's hope the Royal Rumble kicks off the gate with a bang in Saudi Arabia this weekend. And lads, thank you all very much. And the three of us will be back for the Elimination Chamber in probably mid to late February. Thanks, lads.